clicking on my video. My name is Susie and I'm going to be doing this tutorial for you guys. It was actually requested by many of you on my Insta stories, I think it was. I somehow randomly just threw these colors together on my eyes and I was like, damn it, I should have filmed it. A lot of you guys said you were interested in this look and I should film it, so here it goes. It's actually not that hard, it just kind of looks more complicated. So I actually only used 2 eyeshadows and 1 eyeliner. So if you guys want to learn how to do it, then keep watching. Alright, the first thing I'm using is this Embryolisse moisturizer. It's really important, especially if your skin is feeling really tight and dry, to really massage it into your skin. Like, your skin should be rosy blotchy by the time you're done with your moisturizer, especially when it's really, really dry like mine. So I did this for a hot minute, actually. Next thing I'm going to be using is my 24-hour primer base by MAC. This one I'm doing all over my eyes because I am using just a few products, but I don't want it to kind of crease into my, like, creasy area, so make sure you put it all over your eyelids. Also, first just kind of powder that down because it can be a little bit tacky, and it's important to do that so that all the colors you put on top can blend easier. All right, this is actually very simple. You can use any black eyeliner. It doesn't have to necessarily be a long-lasting, long-wearing. You just kind of brush it all over your lash line and then smudge it out with a stiffer brush, something that's soft and comfortable, that's not going to like really poke into your eye. They have one of these from MAC, but they also sell like an exact like duplicate from Crown brushes. So anyways, I'm kind of blending that upwards until it really fades away, and I'm not really being that precise with it because it honestly doesn't need to be that precise. Just make sure you get every piece from the edge to the inner part. Then do the same thing with the other eye. I like to pull my eye sometimes if I'm doing this, so it's up to you. I know some people get very weird about that with like wrinkle and stuff. I don't see any difference between me and my twin sister who never does this. All right, so then go ahead and smudge that all over the other eye. And then the next thing that I'm going to be using is an eyeshadow called Stars and Rockets from MAC. It's a really oldie but goodie. So I'm using that almost like a transition color. I didn't use any transition colors today, but this is one that I'm using pretty much in my crease area. And it's okay if some of it kind of goes on top of the black. Now, the cool thing about this eyeshadow is that if you put it on top of a purple, on top of a white, or a black base, they're going to look different. It's going to look like a different color every time. So then with a black eyeshadow, I want to make sure that the liner is set. So then you take the black brush that you used already, set it on top of that eyeliner, and just smudge it up to the Stars and Rockets. This is actually like more of a smoky eye. I love smoky eyes, you guys. I think it just fits my eye shape the best. But this is like the easiest way to do it, especially with this kind of duochrome type of color. So just kind of, you know, go back and forth between each of the brushes and blend until you feel that it's even between both eyes. The next thing I'm doing is tight lining with that same eyeliner pen. This isn't actually my favorite for tight lining. I actually like the MAC Smolder eyeliner better for this. I think it's a little bit creamier. This one, I don't know. I feel like it dries a little bit and it doesn't glide as smoothly as the other one. I'm just going to be using a regular mascara. This isn't waterproof. And then I'm using the Salon Perfect 35 dupes. But first, for my skin, I'm actually not going to use a primer. I'm using a Face and Body foundation. This one I believe is in C5. I think it was a little bit too light once it's set, so just make sure that you kind of go a little bit darker because it can set a little bit lighter. So I actually really like using this with my fingers and really blending it into my skin. The tackier it gets, I think the more coverage it offers you. So I know it's not like a popular method, but it's actually works really well with the MAC Face and Body. And then I'm using my LA Girl concealer. I can't remember. I'll put all the names and all the colors that I wore in the description box below, I promise. So I'm putting that all over my under eye area to brighten and to conceal all of my under eye areas, and then brighten up the center of my face. To set my under eye, I'm using the Laura Mercier powder. This one's really great for setting underneath the eyes if you have a more dewy finish foundation. Because there is some overlap between your foundation and concealer, I think it's good to offer more of a mattifying powder with this particular one. And then I just took whatever was left on the cap and dusted it on my brush and dusted it on my face. Now for my under eye area, I'm going to be smudging a lip liner. This one's called Magenta. It's by MAC. Really anyone could be used. And I just wanted to kind of use Stars and Rockets in a different way. And so first I smudged out that lip liner. It's not as smooth underneath that eye, but if you lay down the pen a little bit towards the side, then you'll get more color payoff as opposed to using the tip. It can be a little pokey. And then I'm actually using the Stars and Rockets again and laying that on top and just kind of buffing it on top of it. I wanted the pink to show through, but I mostly wanted it to be a base for Stars and Rockets, because Stars and Rockets is actually more pink, just depending on how you look at it, and I just love the way it looks on top of black and pink. Now I'm using the Wet n Wild Skinny Mascara. This is awesome for the tops if you're not using any lashes, but it's really great for the bottoms as well. And then I'm doing the waterline with that same black eyeliner. And then to kind of bring more depth into the bottom lash line, I did add some black eyeshadow underneath there, really tight against the lash line to almost set the eyeliner, but also to kind of ground the pink so that it's kind of coming from somewhere. And then for my brows, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Duo Powder. This is a new one to me, and I miss the duo part of it, because the light one I like to use in this, like, closer to the center of my eyes, and then the dark one I use at the very edge of my eyes. And then the all-time most difficult thing for me ever on myself is to apply lashes. Lashes takes time, it takes practice, it takes 1,000,001 different tries, but it does make a big difference on how it looks. Okay, to bronze up my face, I'm using the L'Oreal Glam Bronze. This is so sad because it's almost hitting pan, and I'm so sad about it, but I'll be okay. I'll find something else. But I've been liking this brush a lot to use with this bronzer because it kind of like lays it a little bit flatter, more distributed throughout the face as opposed to targeted in a certain area of my cheekbones. So, and I also like the way it's really, really soft, so it can really buff out the color. Every once in a while, it can get a little blotchy with this particular foundation, but it worked well today. And then I'm using this Milani Rose, I think it's Romantic Rose blush. It's just a good pink. It kind of goes with the pink of the lower lash line for me. And then I just brought out this random oldie sleek duo kind of contour kit. It's a bronzer, but it also has a highlight in there. And it's a little bit icier than I was mostly used to. I like a more gold one, but it's good to kind of add to the cheekbones, but it also is nice to set that with a beauty blender. And then for my lips, I wanted something more matte without any shine or shimmer or gloss, so I used the Wet n Wild Mega Last liquid lipstick. This one's in like that dusty pink color. I'll put the name below, but I really like this one a lot, and I think it looks so cute with this particular look. Hope you guys liked that tutorial. I'll be doing way more beauty videos throughout the week, as well as vlogs and weekends. I'll see you guys later. Bye.